congratulations to the Alumni Association. We have taken up this job of organizing an international conference. I don't see any parallel to this international conference being organized by any other, alumni association. I should compliment their efforts. I should tell you, the set of people who actually are associated, they take immense pride in belonging to this institution. They take immense pride in serving this institution. My compliments to all those who are involved in organizing this international conference. Yeah, particularly in the context of rapidly changing education arena, in terms of technology that is being used in the education field, bringing a lot of changes, making education affordable, making education accessible. Yeah, technology is being used very widely. At the same time, it has become very challenging for the faculty members. Yeah, because you have to adapt to the change that is happening. And the role of the teacher also is changing now, right? I mean to say that, now the role of teacher is more of mentoring, more of guiding, engaging the students, right? And all this, is not easy because we are used to give a 1-hour lecture and, disappear from the scene actually. So no more that is going to work now because, throughout the globe, these changes are coming. And I believe that, you have to have that competency levels, right, in terms of adopting this technology and then engaging students and so on. And these competencies, particularly, I believe that, so you can acquire them by doing research. So you will be able to think innovatively. You will be able to, find there's a problem and able to guide the students to find a solution. All these are, acquired though, proper research. I'm very happy that, this, conference is taking place where actually they can showcase their findings. They can showcase their innovations. So I'm very happy that, they have created a platform, particularly by this alumni, because alumni are, very well disposed in terms of connecting to the other alumni throughout the globe, and then actually bringing them on board, and then, passing on their expertise to the faculty members. Also, I would like to compliment these alumni. In fact, particularly, restarting the mining department. In fact, when I was Vice Chancellor, so I took a gambit of starting, M.Tech program in mining to start with, actually. So I thought there's nothing wrong in starting, and I was sure that, this will definitely evolve into the department, and I should compliment all the alumni of this mining. They have done a wonderful job, and then brought back this department, right? I see and then meet them very frequently, and they take a lot of pride in getting back this mining department to the University College of Engineering. Yeah, I don't want to take much of time, but then once again I congratulate the Alumni Association, and also I wish all the best the delegates. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. It was quite informative. Let's move on to the next speaker, a charismatic personality uniting the organization, Dr. M.S. Venkataramaia sir, graduated in mining engineering and joined as mining graduate trainee in 1985 in Singareni Collieries Company Limited, SCCL, and continued till retirement in 2017. During his tenure, he occupied various senior positions in SCCL and gained experience in open cast mining, land acquisition, to name a few. He is also an advisor, Mining Division, Engineering Staff College of India, Vice Chairman. Now, I kindly request Dr. M.S. Venkataramaia sir to address the gathering.
Respected Chief Guest of today's inaugural function of the International Conference of Emerging Trends in the College of Engineering, Dr. Murthy Garu, Professor S. Ramchandran Garu, Patron, Principal, College of Engineering, Dr. Sriram Venkatesh Garu, Dean, College of Engineering, Dr. Kumar Garu, my colleague and most active person in the Alumni Association, Dr. 𝗳𝗶 Kumar, President of the Alumni Association, and the team of technical experts under the convenership of Dr. Ramakrishna, Madam Malini Garu, and the support of Dr. Bhishma Garu, and my good friend and former President of the Alumni Association, Sri Ram Reddy Garu, Patron, all the invited guests, sponsors, delegates, authors, students, and most important, all the persons who have made this conference a great success. On behalf of the Alumni Association, I am very happy to present few points of the decisions of the Alumni Association which have converged into this conference. At the outset, I should thank Professor Limbadri Garu, Dr. Ravindra Garu, Vice Chancellor, and Dr. Ramchandra Garu, who spoke very high of the Alumni Association and also the efforts of the Alumni Association. Thank you very much, sir. The Alumni Association is aiming at 2 or 3 important points, and I want to present to you that Alumni Association is actively working to see that the students of this college get benefited by the activities of the alumni. Regular alumni talks are being taken up, and in this conference, for the past 3 to 4 months, almost 150 students have been actively participating in these programs. Right from today morning inaugural session, you have seen the anchors, the photographers, and you will be seeing in the next 2-3 days. Every part of the program is almost being organized by the students. So the Alumni Association takes pride in this. And I think these claps are not sufficient, because you will have to clap more for the students who have been struggling every day for the success of this program. He is not just interested in collection of funds, having some get-togethers and parties, which are very common in the Alumni Association. Alumni Association is really interested to involve with the faculty, the principal of the college, the curriculum of the college, and all the faculty members in getting a recent trends in the emerging trends into the college so that they will benefit not only the college, the scholars and the students, but it will give a proud moment. And Professor Sriram Venkatesh, the principal of the college, has been very supportive for this academic activity of conducting this conference. Thank you very much, sir. And headed by D. Ramakrishna Garu, who is the convener, and Malini Madam, they have been working for the past 6 months round the clock on this conference, and because of whom this program has been successful. We feel that such programs will bring pride to the college and also better recognition in the bodies which are going to give accreditation to the colleges, be it NAC, UGC or any other body. So, thirdly, we also see that lot of views are given by our alumni who come from abroad. They talk of lot of things which are going elsewhere in the world and the country, and that our alumni and alma mater also should give back to the college. We learn from them and we are trying to practice. And we will try to practice to say and see that our college becomes a good college, and this academic year, after about 4 or 5 years, our college will be turning to 100. 100 years will be completed. So people will be thinking that is the old college, but the alumni feels that this is the gold college. And we should boldly say this to the alma mater all over the world within the next few years, to see that the alumni can contribute, alumni can bring changes and give back to this great college. With these few words, I welcome all the delegates, others, and all the people who have made this success, and also the sponsors. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you, sir, for your contributions to the organization. I would request you all to please give a huge round of applause to MS Venkatramaiah, sir, as he is the man behind the sponsorships from mining sector for this event. Moving on further, Professor D. Ramakrishna, convener, ICETE, and Joint Secretary, Alumni Association. He is presently working as professor and chairperson, Board of Studies, University for the Department of ECE, Osmania University, and also serving as the director for Center for Excellence in Microwave Engineering, University College of Engineering, Osmania University. He successfully completed 3 sponsored research projects in the area of RF and microwave engineering and published more than 80 research papers. Please welcome him with a huge round of applause.
Respected dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, invited guests and delegates and participants of ICT 2023, faculty members, teaching and non-teaching staff of University College of Engineering, Osmania University. Good morning to all of you. It gives me immense pleasure and satisfaction to be giving a report on the second International Conference on Emerging Trends in Engineering, ICTE. ICTE technical program is featuring various innovations and state-of-the-art technologies in biomedical engineering, civil engineering, computer science and engineering, electrical engineering, electronics and communication engineering, mechanical engineering, and mining engineering. This conference has seen a huge response in short span of time, has received 471 research papers from 13 countries. namely Australia, Bangladesh, Germany, Ghana, Gibraltar, India, Iran, Kiribati and Liberia, Pakistan, Sudan, UK and USA. All these papers have been reviewed by a strong team of reviewers after plagiarism check using the Turnitin software tool. The acceptance similarity index is considered less than 20% from all sources and less than 5% from single sources, as per Atlantis Press, part of Springer Nature publishing policy. Each paper was reviewed by 3 reviewers. A total of 339 reviewers from various organizations and R&D labs extended their support to review the papers to this conference. If you look at this statistics of reviewers, total 339 reviewers from different organizations, from IITs, NITs, IIITs, all together we have 59 reviewers, central and state deemed to be universities, 106, and from abroad we have 12 reviewers, and from other organizations we have 130 reviewers. Based upon the recommendation of the Technical Program Committee, 189 papers were accepted for oral presentations. So among this 471, we got accepted 189, and the acceptance rate is 40%. If you look at the track-wise paper submissions, from biomedical engineering we have 66 papers, among them 26 are accepted. From civil engineering 51, 24 are accepted, and from computer science and engineering 135 papers we have received, 34 are accepted, and electrical engineering we have 48 papers, among them 24 are accepted. From ECE 99 papers we have received, among them 31 are accepted. From mechanical engineering we have 51 papers and 33 are accepted. From mining engineering we have 21 papers we have received, among them 17 are accepted. So altogether we have the acceptance rate of 40%. Then if you look at this registrations, among 189 accepted papers, 144 papers are accepted. Total number of authors 464 from all these accepted papers. From each department, biomedical engineering 85, civil engineering 38, computer science engineering 63, and electrical engineering we have 59 authors, ECE 85, and mechanical engineering 89, and mining engineering 45. And if you look at these author applications, we have from IITs and NITs and IIITs, 13 authors are participating in this conference, and central state deemed to be universities we have 30. From industry and R&D we have 12. From abroad we have 8 authors are participating in this conference, and from other organizations we have 49. The total number of applications are participating in this conference are 112. Then in addition to this paper presentation sessions, the conference is enriched by 5 keynote talks. These 5 keynote talks, among them 3 are happening in offline mode and 2 are in online mode. The speaker details are here. We have Professor K.S. Narendra from Yale Universities, Engineer Veena Gundavelli from Imagia Corporation USA, and Professor Bikshiraj from Carnegie University, and also Mohammed bin Jayed University Artificial Intelligence, Abu Dhabi. These 3 talks are happening in offline mode here, and 2 talks will happen in online mode. Professor Srinivas Ailey from Texas A&M University and Professor Dominic Egbir from Cardiff Metropolitan University, UK. And if you look at this keynote and invited talks, in addition to this keynote talks, we also have 33 invited talks, all tracks together. And here I'm sharing the statistics of all these speakers. All tracks means keynote we have 5, and from biomedical engineering we have 5 keynote talks, invited talks, and from civil engineering 4 invited talks, and from computer science engineering 4, ECE 4, and electrical engineering 7, and mechanical engineering 7, 4, and mining engineering 5. So all together from abroad 18 speakers from 9 different countries, and from India we have 20 speakers. The details of biomedical engineering invited speakers all are available in our conference souvenir. 3 talks are happening in offline mode and 2 talks are happening in online mode. And from civil engineering track, we have the speakers here, and from computer science engineering 4 speakers, and from electrical engineering 7 speakers, and from electronics and communication engineering 4 speakers, and mechanical engineering 4 speakers, and mining engineering we have 5 speakers. 3 are happening in online and 2 are in offline. And coming to this, all these 3 invited talks across all 7 tracks from various organizations are scheduled at our individual tracks. To bring this program to this level, the Icete TPC team has put in a lot of effort and teamwork to bring the full technical program. So I thank all TPC members in this regard. We hope that the conversations and presentations at this conference will continue behind this 3-day event, and that some positive outcomes can be anticipated in the near future. Let us hope for the best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Moving on, the country doesn't deserve anything less than success from us, quoted our former president APJ Abdul Kalam. I repeat, the country doesn't deserve anything less than success from us, quoted our former president APJ Abdul Kalam. And our next chief guest is a living example of this. Dr. 𝗵𝗫𝗍 𝗚 is a distinguished defense scientist. He obtained BE/ECE from REC, MTech from JNDU, and PhD in computer science from IIT Hyderabad. He joined DRDO in the year 1986. He is renowned for his R&D and the indigenous design and development of advanced avionics technologies for defense and aerospace. He led the design and development of advanced avionics for Mission Shakti. I repeat, for Mission Shakti, India's first anti-satellite missile test, and long-range missile, Agni, etc. Dr. Murthy is the chief architect of advanced onboard computer avionics systems for various missiles and other guided weapon systems. I now request Dr. 𝗵𝗫𝗍 𝗚 to please address the gathering. Welcome him with a huge round of applause.
Professor Ravindra, Vice Chancellor of Osmania University, Professor Limbadri, Chief Guest, Professor 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧, Principal of OU Engineering College, Professor Ramachandran, Vice Chancellor Anurag Institutions, Dr. D. Vijay Kumar, Professor V. Bhikshma, Dr. M.S. Venkatramaya, Professor D. Ramakrishna, Sri P. Ramreddy Garu, and other distinguished personalities on the dais, distinguished guests, invitees, distinguished speakers, the faculty, students, and all the delegates present here. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning to all of you, and my warm greetings to all of you on the occasion of this second international conference on emerging trends in engineering, conducted by the OU Engineering College and also the Alumni Association of the Osmania University. In fact, it is a very happy to note that the Alumni Association of the Osmania University, the very prestigious oldest institution, particularly the 94-year-old engineering college, prestigious college, along with the OU Engineering College, this conference is being organized. This international conference in particularly in different fields, almost 7 fields, I think, as Professor Ramakrishna was presenting. In fact, I'm very happy, particularly to note that this conference as a distinguished keynote addresses by eminent speakers, different from the various fields, and also there are a lot of invited lectures by eminent speakers in the different fields of this, all the 7 fields, whatever fields of engineering which this university is conducting, and as I think the out of the 470 plus papers received, I think 189 got selected, and it is a lot of sizable number of international participation. I think this gives the importance and for this national conference and the response received. I think I should congratulate both Alumni Association and also the Osmania Engineering College for this great event being conducted, and I sincerely feel both the faculty and the students will immensely get benefited by this 3-day deliberations in different fields. In fact, if you see the way the technology is emerging, in fact, there is a lot of push from the Government of India also in the indigenous technology development in various fields. Basically, I am from the defense research and development, so I just maybe tell with respect to my area of field, but at least this is applicable to all fields of engineering. And I think when I joined the DRDO somewhere in 86, 87, I think we were, particularly if you take the semiconductor technology, we are talking about the microprocessors or with respect around frequency of operation of 5 to 8 megahertz or that type of thing. But I think now if you see, I think it is gigahertz and also parallel GPU operations. I think that we are talking about the technologies of 10 nanometers or that type of thing. I think this is a huge development in these technologies. I think not only in the semiconductor but in all various fields, and it's all because of the lot of various advanced research happening in all these fields. And definitely I think to make the indigenous development of technologies, we should work towards this. Particularly the academic institutions play a vital role, particularly in the low TRL level technology development. I think we are looking particularly in the, particularly as a DRDO, we are looking at a lot of research collaborations with academic institutes. In fact, we have so many research boards in different fields of particularly the defense systems, particularly maybe in the armaments, the aeronautical or the electronics and that type of things. And I think we are looking at from those boards, particularly through the academic institutes, the eminent faculties, a low TRL level, maybe less than TRL level 3 type of research problems. And parallelly, we have set up, I think, 15 centers of excellence across eminent institutes. And particularly, we are trying to collaborate with these centers of excellence, the research problems, but TRL level 3 and above. Here we are calling this all these Centers of Excellence are DIA, COE. That is basically DRDO, Industry and Academia Centers of Excellence. That's what we are saying is, earlier we used to work with academic institutes to address a research problem and bring it to a where technology maturity, where I think DRDO will take it forward as a product development. But we are looking at now in a single step the academic institute, DRDO and industry to make it as a product, a research problem. I think that's how we are working with the roadmaps, whatever we are laid down with respect to the futuristic systems, particularly I think we are looking for this type of thing, and a lot of thrust is being done. And I think unless we work with academia, I think definitely we will not be able to become the technology leaders. Until now, we are all technology followers. I think we should work towards become technology leaders. I think that's why a lot of research initiatives should happen through academic institutes, and I think particularly we are looking at such type of focus from the academic institutes like Osmania engineering colleges and other higher engineering institutes. I think definitely we are looking for a lot of collaboration with this type of colleges and with the eminent faculties. I think with this, I think this type of conferences definitely will give a roadmap for what are the emerging trends in different fields of engineering, and which will give basically the faculty where the world is going and where we should work on the technologies, and that's how I think the outgoing students will become industry ready, so that the curriculum, I think we should align for making the students industry ready, so that they will be readily absorbable to the industry, so that I think they are right away from the outgoing, from the passing out of the college, definitely they will be able to participate effectively in their jobs at the industry. I think that's how I think definitely this type of conferences will give a more thrust and also focus with respect to this type of roadmaps, and definitely I think these 3-day deliberations will make a lot of active deliberations among all the faculty, students and the delegates, and also I think they get immensely benefited by this, even the distinguished guest lectures by the eminent speakers. And I'm very happy that this Osmania University, along with the Alumni Association of Osmania, the Engineering College, is able to conduct this this conference on emerging trends. And in fact, I think a lot of we are looking at problems in different fields, particularly if you take the additive manufacturing or the high temperature composites, even the incorporating artificial intelligence and machine learning into the weapon systems, particularly, of course, is applicable to other fields of engineering also, and of course the communications beyond 5G, and of course cyber security. These are some of the fields which I am saying, and also the disruptive technologies like AI and drone-based systems. I think these are all the lot of emerging fields in particularly useful for not only for defense but the other societal missions. So I think definitely these type of advanced technologies, I think the papers will be discussing, and definitely the faculty and all the students will get immensely benefited by this type of conferences. And finally, I should thank Professor 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧 for inviting me, along with the Alumni Association, Dr. Vijay-Kumar. I think I should thank once again the management of this OU Engineering College and the Alumni Association for inviting me here, and my best wishes for this conference. Thank you very much, and all the very best.
There's nothing more powerful than the words spoken by someone whom we admire and look up to. Thank you so much, sir, for your inspiring words.
Moving on to the next speaker, Engineer P. Ram Reddy sir, patron UCOU, former president of Alumni Association.
Thank you very much. You give me 1 minute extra with that. A very warm and good morning to all my peers and laureates on the dais and very learned and wise heads of the dais, esteemed faculty, classmates, fellow members, patrons, students, media, electronic and print. A good namaskar to all of you. After Dr. Vijay has spoken, there is nothing left for me to speak about the Alumni Association and all that, but I will only give you one or two bullet points in this. Though the Alumni Association was started long back, but it was only Professor 𝗬𝗏 sir who revived it and really brought it to the association. A big round of applause for him, please. And the icing on the cake is really, I feel humbly honored to have been associated and be part of the Osmania University centenary celebration, traveling to US along with Professor 𝗬𝗏 sir and also 𝗬𝗏 sir. And we have traveled extensively in US and we got associated and we touched base with many of the association members, alumni members there. It was really a good response. And really again, sir, I doff my hat for your initiative, what you have taken in that tour. Really, namaskar to sir. Again, I humbly take credit with our live wire Vijay Kumar. We could hold this first association Icete meeting in the year 2019, which itself was a good trendsetter for that, to be quite honest. And today he has sown a solid seed on that occasion. Now it has grown into a robust tree and it would be bearing fruit. And now, sir, with so many luminaries turning up for this, శ్రీరామ్ వెంకటేష్ గారు కానివ్వండి, ప్రిన్సిపల్ ప్రొఫెసర్ మౌలుగ్రామ్ గారు, ప్రొఫెసర్ భీక్ష్మ గారు, ప్రొఫెసర్ రామకృష్ణ, ప్రొఫెసర్ మాలిని, అందరూ కూడా they are all pepped up to continue these activities of the Alumni Association, and they will take it forward to greater zenith heights. So at this juncture, every alum of this university associate themselves in acknowledging our beloved Vice Chancellor, Professor Ravindra Garu, visualizing and foreseeing the necessity of a solid footing. Okay, एक बुनियाद की जरूरत है, ओका पुनादुलु नींव की जरूरत है. Osmania Foundation, Osmania Foundation itself that will take us very, very, very far. In that case, అందుకని చెప్పేసి తప్పకుండా ఒకసారి తప్పకుండా కొట్టండి సార్ Osmania Foundation. ఎందుకంటే ఎన్ని రోజులు లేకుండానే ఇక్కడిక్కడనే we were going in circles and circles. We could not go forward, but I am very confident this Osmania Foundation will take us to very, very new heights, and which would form, in my opinion, it would be the crux, and for generations to come, it would be the backbone. Now, just I would like to conclude, sir. Before I close, again, I bow my heart very sincerely to all my teachers, to my gurus, even to all the placement teachers who are presently here. వాళ్ళు చేస్తున్న అందరు కూడాను నా చేతులెత్తి నమస్కారం చేస్తున్నానండి. Because of you, we are all here. మేమందరం కూడాను ఒక తరకి మంచిగా ఉన్నాము అని అంటే మా టీచర్ల గురించి అని చెప్పేసి నేను మళ్ళీ చెప్తున్నాను. ఎందుకంటే మా సార్ ఇక్కడనే ప్రొఫెసర్ బాబురావు గారు మాకు నేర్పించిన సార్ ఉన్నారు. వారి పాదాభివందనం. అందరు కూడా మా టీచర్లు ఎవరికి ఉన్నా కానీ అందరు కూడాను పాదాభివందనం అండి. అండ్ మోర్ ఓవర్ ఇంకో చిన్న విషయం అండి, మొన్ననే మన కమాండర్ రాకేష్ శర్మ గారు వచ్చిపోయారు. స్పేస్ లో సంచరిస్తున్నారు వారు. త్రిశంకు స్వర్గాల్లో దిగిపోయారట. త్రిశంకు స్వర్గాల్లో దిగి అరే ఇండియాకి వెళ్ళి ఎవరో కాల్ చేశారట. अरे क्या अच्छा दिख रहा है बोले, तो उन्होंने बोले हैं अरे सबसे अच्छा है उस्मानिया यूनिवर्सिटी सारा जहां से अच्छा है उस्मानिया यूनिवर्सिटी बोल के बोले कहते.
many efforts and support for the development of the institution, and they're also contributing towards university also. We have 6 departments, all of you know. Latest department, mining, and computer science engineering department, A&ML course started in the year 2021, and apart from the new department, mining engineering. And mining alumni, I think front row, almost 90% filled with mining. And major contribution towards conducting this particular conference is from Alumni Association, latest department contributing in a highest manner. And before that, computer science was the latest. They contributed maximum, right? They're helping in a bigger way. Without alumni support, any institution cannot grow. This is a proven kind of, the norm. All of you know. And coming to this interdiscipline conference, and days are, changing very rapidly. Technologies are changing very rapidly. And innovation is a continuous kind of process. So without innovation, we cannot change the world. And this is a continuous kind of, process. So for that, this sort of conferences very frequently to be conducted in all technical institutions, of course, in any institution for the further development. And especially, I appreciate Alumni Association for bringing all together here. And especially, I appreciate Dr. Vijay Kumar. He is a very capacity builder. And he coordinates in a very, very nice manner. And he'll take each and every person into confidence. And, he puts his efforts, maximum effort, with the help of all our University College of Engineering faculty members. So with this, I appreciate the Alumni Association. And I congratulate all the, delegates who are contributing papers for this international conference. Definitely this conference is going to be a great success. I wish you all the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. As we stand here today to host this event with immense support from our faculty, the man who gave our vision a direction, helped us raise our standards to a higher level, and helped us unlock our hidden potential is our principal, sir, Professor 𝗧𝗏 𝗏𝗏 sir. He has 26 years of teaching and 2 years of industrial and research experience. Sir has won many awards, honors, and recognitions like Bharat Ratna Mokshagundam Visvesvaraya Award by the Government of Telangana, and to name a few. Now, I would humbly request Sir to address the gathering.
Today's chief guest, Dr. 𝗵𝗏𝗧 𝗚𝗏𝗏 garu, Director General, Strategic Missile Systems, DRDO, Chairman, Telangana State Council of Higher Education, Professor Limbadri, President of Function and Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor D. Ravindar, former Vice Chancellor, Present Vice Chancellor of Ahmedabad University, Professor S. Ramachandran, Dean Faculty of Engineering, Professor M. Kumar, Professor Bhishma, Director CDAC, Dr. Vijay Kumar, President, Alumni Association, Dr. Venkatramaya garu, General Secretary, Alumni Association, and my colleagues, Professor Malini, Professor Ramakrishna, distinguished faculty members, heads of the departments, administrators, delegates, print and electronic media. Good afternoon to all of you. Good morning. Before 5 minutes to good afternoon. So I assure you that I will not repeat what other spoke. As chief patron and also principal of this prestigious engineering college, it is my duty to give you some developments took place for the last 2 years, because this event is organized alternate year and this is delayed because of the corona. This is being conducted after a gap of 3 years. At the outset, I congratulate the Alumni Association for taking such a noble and distinguished cause, which is it's unique in nature in the country that one particular alumni association conducting a international conference for the benefit of the college. And as mentioned by my dear students, so our university is established in 1917, our college is established in 1929. So we are moving to centenary celebrations of this college. So there are so many stalwarts, alumni across the globe settled, and we are going in a big way to celebrate centenary year of this college. So we have actually 7 departments and 8 programs. All 8 programs have been approved by the AICTE, including recently started A&ML and mining. And all the 6 programs have been accredited by NBA up to 2025. And autonomous extension also is third time is due. It is in the process. And also in the NIRF ranking, we improved 15 points when compared to the last year. And we have established 3 centers of excellences. One is the 3D printing center, other one is A&ML, and the cyber security, cyber law, which is situated in beside the library. To guide us, we have reconstituted governing body, and the governing body chairperson is Professor B.S. Murthy, Director IIT Hyderabad, and also as many as almost 4 alumni have been inducted as the members of the governing body. One is Professor 𝗂𝗽𝗃 from IISc Bangalore, he is alumnus of EC department, and Challa Rajendra Prasad is from Mechanical Engineering department, and N. Venkateshwarlu from Civil Engineering department is the Engineering Chief College from Project. Other Professor B. Rajashekhar is alumnus of the Osmania University, particularly from MBA department. So we have increased the intake from 55 to 60 in the EC department, 50 to 60, and also we have introduced 10 seats in biomedical engineering department exclusively for BIPC students. So through MSET, they are going to get admission under self-finance quota into biomedical engineering department. So as per the directions of the Honorable Vice Chancellor, we have shifted MCA program into autonomous status from next academic year, and also the 21-point agenda, as per that, we have revamped total UG, PG syllabi and introduced BE minor and BE honors in all the programs, 7 programs. So with 20 credits, they are going to get minor degree in other branch, and with 20 credits, they are going to get the honors within the department. So that, and also we have facilitated the alumni and industry persons to take the classes for our students, at least 1 or 2 units of each semester through online, offline or blended mode. So in this direction, I request all the heads of the departments, and they have to coordinate with the Alumni Association to tap our distinguished alumni to invite them for delivering the lectures. This year, we have introduced a relative grading system in which there is no choice in the class test and as well as semester examinations. Already they have finished, they have written the examination, no choice is given in the external examination or even internal examination, and we implemented this for UG first year students. Apart from that, we have constituted an academic research committee and conducted 10 lectures, and in line with the Alumni Association, alumni talks are going, the number is 23. And we have organized 5 guest lectures and also introduced first time the graduate exit survey in the college, and we have recorded all the inputs given by the students, outgoing students, and we are trying to implement them into the curriculum. And also every year we are conducting academic and administrative audit, and the second time we are going to conduct now. And mining engineering, in association with the OU Engineering College Association, we have conducted 2-day international symposium on recent trends in mineral industry. And also recently, when good news from Coal India Limited is that they have sanctioned Coal India Limited child professor to mining engineering department. They have sanctioned 3 crore rupees towards the endowment fund, and out of the interest accrued on that, we are going to appoint professor in the Department of Mining Engineering. Special thanks to Mining Engineering Alumni Association, who have taken keen interest in getting this child professor to the College of Engineering, particularly Department of Mining. On 8th March 2023, we have laid foundation stone for the construction of classroom complex for EC department, and 𝗬𝗏𝗃 Company Limited, CMD Garu, Sridhar IAS, he has sanctioned rupees 2 crores for construction of state-of-art facilities classroom. And apart from that, just in the morning only, we came to know that their board meeting, it has been approved that 𝗬𝗏𝗃 Company Limited, SCCL, chair is sanctioned to, again mining department, sanctioned 3 crore rupees, and next week we are going to sign MOU with the 𝗬𝗏𝗃 Company Limited. And also, for the benefit of students, we have laid foundation stone for 500 bedded hostel by Srimati Sabitha Indra Reddy Garu, Minister of Education, Government of Telangana, in the presence of Honorable Vice Chancellor and also respected Registrar P. Lakshminarayan Garu. So the college is received the ISO certification for quality education and green audit, energy audit and food safety audit to all the hostels and also canteen and university guest house. So this is valid for 1 year, and afterwards it is going to be renewed. And also University College of Engineering organized a national conference in collaboration with ISSE, that is Indian Society for Science and Engineering, ISRO, DRDO, and that is during 20th March 2023. Thanks to Dr. Narayanamurthy Garu, who has actually given opportunity to host in our institution, particularly in our College of Engineering and Osmania University in general. And this hall is actually refurbished or renovated by the ISSE funded. Directly they have funded to the contractor and renovated this hall with whitewash and other repairs. And one more important thing is that the first time in the history of Osmania University, one NGO, that is a company called S&P Global, 160 years old company, USA-based company, through the University of Hyderabad NGO, has sanctioned 1.26 crores of worth equipment to the college in terms of the stipends to the students, particularly girl students. 41 students they have selected. They are going to sanction, already they have deposited in our account, yearly stipend they have sanctioned for 41 girl students, and also 76 𝗖7 13th generation systems, and also video conference kit, UPS, etc. to the college. It's the first time in the college or in the university an NGO has come forward to sanction 1.26 crores. So we have signed MOU with Emergia Corporation for establishing A&ML lab in the University College of Engineering. The nodal point is the EC department. It is useful for all the departments. And first time we are also introduced orientation program for PG students, and we have hired buses for UG and PG students during orientation program, and we are making them to tour in the campus and also in the city for knowing the culture and the places where they are going to visit in the campus, particularly in the Hyderabad city. And all the clubs have been reactivated, like we have IOEM club, International club, and Institute of Engineers club, and IEEE student chapter, music club, sports club, NCC, NSCC, Collegiate, Explore, and TEDx. All these are all renovated, and all the faculty members are attached to these clubs, and they are going to perform in a big way. And also recently the college website is also reconstructed and going to be inaugurated tomorrow in the valedictory function. Our future plans are construction of classroom complex for EC department, electrical engineering department, mining engineering department, and also computer science and engineering department is due, and we are requesting alumni for the financial support for the construction of even canteen and gym facilities for girls in the girls hostel, and upgradation of existing facilities for boys in the existing building. And also, lastly, we are planning to have a vision document or institutional development plan up to 2039, that is 2029. So where we are going to celebrate the centenary celebrations, and also requested all the heads of department to prepare their vision for their department. So we are going to implement ABC, that is the Academic Bank of Credit DigiLocker in the college, and we are moving towards reform, perform and transform, so when mooted by the Honorable Vice Chancellor. And on this occasion, I thank you once again for Alumni Association for their relentless support for the college. I am witnessing from the beginning that they are starving and they are striving to get funds for organizing this event, and we are helping them, and they are also helping us in mutual way. But beneficiaries are our students, our faculty in total, and the delegates. So with these remarks, I thank you very much for giving me opportunity. Thank you very much.
I request Professor M. Kumar Sir, Dean Patron ICET, to receive the memento. Thank you so much. The happening of a successful event is directly related to a group of hands united by one mind, one idea, one goal. Now, I would like to request Professor M. Malini Ma'am, Technical Program Committee TPC Chair, to present the vote of thanks.
Please welcome her with a huge round of applause.
Honorable Chief Guest, Guests of Honor, other dignitaries on the dais, our most valued invited guests, delegates and participants of 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧 2023, esteemed faculty and staff of UCE. It's my privilege to propose a vote of thanks on this momentous occasion. I, Professor M. Malini, on behalf of the Technical Program Committee and the entire IC team, extend a very hearty vote of thanks to our chief guest, Dr. 𝗵𝗵𝗎 𝗠 Garu, Sri Amitava Mukherjee Garu, and Professor Limbadri Garu for gracing this inaugural session and also giving their valuable address. I also wish to express our gratitude to Professor S. Ramachandran for his kind words about the Alumni Association and the organization of this conference. I am also very grateful to the guest of honor, Engineer P. Ram Reddy Garu, for his valuable address. I like to express our sincere thanks to the leader of our Osmania University, Professor D. Ravindra, for his thought-provoking address. I would also like to acknowledge our gratitude to Professor M. Kumar, Professor V. Bhikshma and Professor Sriram Venkatesh Garu for their encouraging words and also constant support. We are all inspired by your motivating words, sir. And I also thank them for all the wishes for the conference. Now I would like to take the opportunity to place on record our hearty thanks to esteemed and eminent keynote speakers and invited speakers of all the 7 tracks for graciously accepting our invitation to share their expertise with the delegates of 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧 2023. This gesture of theirs has taken 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧 2023 to a very high standard. I also extend my thanks to each and every author and participant attending this 3-day conference. We are immensely grateful to our sponsors, Singareni Colleges, NMDC, Continental Coffee, TSNPDCL, TSCHE DRDO Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, TSSPDCL, NTPC, ICFI, SBI, Daikin, Harikrishna Electricals, and ACE, and many more, who enabled us to plan this event in a very grand manner. Thank you all for the sponsors for your benevolent support. An event like this cannot happen overnight. The wheels start rolling months ago. It requires planning and a bird's eye for details. We have been fortunate enough to be backed by a team of very motivated and committed team of faculty, research scholars, and student volunteers and non-teaching staff. Their involvement and willingness to work beyond their comfort zones have helped us to organize this event in such a manner. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, ma'am.
The keynote speaker will address within 5 minutes. I request everyone to please settle down.
Moving on to the next major part of today's event. The keynote summarizes the core message of the event.
To enlighten us with undiscovered and impactful knowledge, Dr. 𝗂𝗵𝗵𝗇 S. Narendra Sir is amongst us today. Dr. 𝗂𝗵𝗵𝗇 S. Narendra Sir is the Harvard Professor of Electrical Engineering and the Director of the Center for Systems Science at Yale University.
Professor Narendra received the BE degree from the University of Madras. He received his SM and PhD degrees in applied physics from Harvard University and then was an assistant professor there.
He received an honorary doctorate of science degree from his alma mater, the University of Madras, now Anna University, in 1995, and one from the National University of Ireland in 2007. Professor Narendra Sir has lectured at over 40 universities and has been a consultant to over 15 corporations. An author of more than 250 technical articles, he has served on various international technical committees, several editorial boards of technical journals, etc. Let us invite the keynote speaker of the day onto the dais, please, to speak on the topic, From Thermostats to Intelligent Systems, My Life in Control.
Please give him a big round of applause.
కాలరమే గంట చెప్పలేదు ఇది ఒకటి
All are coming down because they want to listen to you.
సీను లోపల పెట్టడానికి ఒకటి ఉంది తెప్పిస్తున్నాను. వర్మ కావాలంట తెప్పించాలి. చెక్ నా మైక్ ఉంది చెక్ మాట్లాడరా ఒకసారి మైక్
హలో 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 క్లిప్ లాంటివి ఏమైనా ఉన్నాయి అట్లా
కొంచెం పైగా సీను ఒకసారి చూడు మైక్ రాదా ఇక్కడ పెట్టచ్చు రావట్లేదు సిగ్నల్ వన్ సెకండ్
చెక్ చెక్
10 ఇచ్చా చూడు
ఒకసారి మాట్లాడమను
వస్తుందా కేబుల్
సార్ మాట్లాడు హలో కెన్ యూ హియర్ మీ ఓ గుడ్ వెరీ గుడ్ చెక్ హలో సార్ ఒకసారి అన్న ఒకసారి మాట్లాడమను Now, can you hear me? Just to be sure.
Okay, the last row. I don't want to be too loud. Okay. I think that's fine. Thank you. I want to make, this is not my lecture. My lecture will start in a few minutes. These are some preliminary comments I want to make.
స్టేజ్ కట్ చేయి. ఉంది చూడండి ఒకసారి. అది కాదు
చూడు. హలో హలో.
చెక్ గోపి, అది బ్యాక్ సైడ్ నుంచి రావాలి, హెడ్ ఫైవ్ నుంచి కాదు, బ్యాక్ సైడ్.
చూడు సార్ ఒకసారి.
I hope this is all right. Is that all? Can you show hands? Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah. As I was about to say, no. These are preliminary remarks I'm going to make. No. Are you having difficulty? Does it have to be that close? Yeah, okay. Some of the things I'm going to talk about in the next few minutes, you're going to see in the slides later. I'm going to be talking about systems theory. And this is a system. What we are going through is an example of a system. And I'm going to tell you something which is relevant, and that is, I have lectured, you'll see that in one of the slides, I've lectured in 150 universities in the world in 45 countries. No, you can applaud later. I'm just telling you, I have been, this is not an ego trip. I'm not here to glorify myself. I'm just here because I'm terribly interested in education and students, and I like to talk to students. I have been in the United States for 69 years. I will again come back to that when I start giving the official lecture. But you see, what happened today, I will describe briefly. It's nobody's fault. It's nobody's fault. So trying to give excuses and saying he did this, he did that, that doesn't get us anywhere. But I have given, as I said, 150 lectures, which are great. Distinguished lectures and all kinds of adjectives that go with it. The keynote speaker and all that. But I know exactly when I'm going to talk. I walk in, give my talk for 1 hour, and get out. That's it. But today, I didn't know when I was going to talk. How do you talk? It's like saying, now you make love. I mean, how do you do that? Or now I want you to start doing research. Research means I want to be sitting in a corner, thinking about it. I must be interested in it and so on. Yesterday, I was terribly interested. Last night, because of jet lag, I'm coming from 10,000 miles away. I didn't have enough sleep and whatnot. I said, no. The lecture is a good one. I want them to hear that. I'll finish it and then I will go to take rest. But when I came here, it kept moving. 10:15, 11, 11:15, 12. Never happens anywhere in the world. Never. But at the one point, I told Dr. Malaysia, I can't give the talk. There is no talk in me. I don't feel like giving the talk. So it may or may not be a new experience for you. It's a totally new experience for me. I have never had that happen. So you will bear with me. I will get into the spirit very shortly. But yeah, at the moment I feel, can I deliver this? Because for anything, it doesn't matter what the heck you do. You have to be in the mood, and it must come from inside. Not just give some words to you and go away. So, that I will stop the preliminary comments. So bear with me if it takes me some time to get into this talk. Because all of you, just think about it. You had to leave, came back, didn't know when it was going to start. I had no idea when I was going to start talking. So, a lot of uncertainty. Parts of systems theory. Is it the person who is in charge, who's going to give the talk saying, I won't give the talk because I don't feel like it. Instability. But we will decide. Was it a good talk? You people will decide. Was it a good talk? Did I get something out of it? We'll wait and see. With those preliminary remarks, let me get started. Let me start. Tell you that which I would have said without all these comments. The first thing is, it is, in spite of what has to happen, I would say it's a great honor, it's a great pleasure, it's a great privilege to be here giving the keynote address. 2 weeks ago, exactly, on the 14th of April, I turned 90. They say you are 90 years old. No, I'm 90 years young. And I will have to tell you something which is relevant in this context. And this, by the way, I have lived a life of research. Forget about honors and crowns and all those things. They come, people make those things and give it to you. That's all right. That's not what I'm here for. But I live for research. And I live for my students, for heaven's sake. I want students to learn this and get excited and do better than me. So, that's the general idea. If there is one thing I like more than my research, my field, it is poetry. Poetry trumps research. Telugu poetry, Sanskrit poetry, English poetry. I know thousands and thousands of verses in Telugu, in Sanskrit, and in English. Of course, when I'm in the United States, what am I going to do? Only English. Nobody understands Sanskrit or Telugu, so that's for my own pleasure. There is a Sanskrit shloka which is relevant in this context. It is, it just get down to, yes, Ajaramaravat prajnaha vidyamarthancha jintaye 𝗂𝗽𝗱𝗁𝗂 mrityuna dharmamācare. I will give the translation. When a man is looking for money and knowledge, vidya arthancha jintaye, vidya and artha. If you are looking for making more money and more knowledge, you must behave as there is no end to life. Life is infinite. But on the other hand, when you are performing your dharma, what you believe in, what you have to do, you must believe that the goddess of death is dragging you by the hair, which means that life is going to end in a minute. Perform your dharma quickly. So these are two extremes. Zero, but if you want to perform your dharma, or infinity, if you are talking about getting money and getting knowledge, just keep on adding to that. This is very relevant. When I say 90 years old or 90 years young, I say when I think of 90 years young, it is because when I go home, I'm going to be doing research all the time, not 8 hours a day. Night and day, I will be doing research and enjoying it. I don't do it. I do it to enjoy. But on the other hand, when this lecture comes under dharma, I have to give this lecture to you people. So I have to believe that there is no time. So don't waste time. Just give the lecture. Keep that in mind. That's number one. And the next one is my association with Osmania University. I want you to know, because you may not know, this is the first. I've given so many lectures in Osmania University, but the first one was in 1963. Oh, by the way, because I'm 90 years old, when I say young people, I mean all of you. It doesn't matter. All of you are young compared to that. But in 1963, I organized a workshop here, and I was the principal speaker, and that was 60 years ago. So I'm very closely connected with Osmania University, and I'm talking to Dr. Malaysian to see how I can help. In what way can I help? And there are already students waiting to talk to me. That's the next one. The next is, for this talk, I chose the title. Excuse me. I'm sorry, I'm not used to this, but it doesn't matter. I hope we both adapt. Adaptive control is my main field, so I will adapt. Not this. The one before. It is from thermostats to intelligent system. By the way, I promise you with my right hand that you will have hundreds of things to think about when you go home. Because I will pick up speed. Right now, I'm in the mood. I was not in the mood when I started. Right now, I'm in the mood to give the lecture, and I will make sure that when you people go home, you will have 100 things to think about, and you will talk to your friends about it. That's a promise. And it is from thermostats to intelligent system. thermostat controls the temperature, or you can have a speed regulator which will control the speed, and there are hundreds of little things like that. But then we go to more complicated things, reactors, aircraft, helicopters, airplanes and rockets. All these things, I would say, by the definition I'll give you, these are all intelligent systems. But now things are happening. I would also dwell on that. You are responsible people, and you will have to think very carefully about what will come towards the end of the lecture. But everything that I'm going to say is relevant for the lecture. Then the next one I want to say is, yes, the objective of this lecture is, the first thing that I want to say is control theory. You will see in the next slide, whether it's control theory or systems theory, doesn't matter. It is systems. And this conference is an example of a system. There are billion systems, billion. Everything that, in fact, I look around and I see only systems. So systems are there, and the control is a vast field. And I want to pass on to you, remember I say that my life in control, did I work on all of them? No, I can't. I worked on parts of that. Many, many important pieces I've done in my life. And I want to tell you the content of that. I want to give you the inspiration to look into at least some of those things. And the last one is, there are many lessons, many incidents in my life, and many lessons that I learned that I want to pass on to you. Forget it about being famous and all that. That's not the point. I just want to pass it on to you. Now, my uncle was here in Hyderabad, Mr. Allani Gopuswamy, told me this poem. 𝗪-𝗪𝗪𝗪 𝗂𝗽𝗱 अमृतोपमे 𝗪-𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 in the poisonous tree of life. That's what the poet is saying, that this life is a poisonous tree. But there are two fruits of nectar. 𝗪-𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 𝗂𝗽𝗱 They are fruits of nectar. And what are they? One is 𝗪-𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪, going to the library and looking at all the books. The minds of the great people are sitting there. I can't talk to that individual. I can't talk to Dickens. I can't talk to Kierkegaard. I cannot talk to Immanuel Kant. But I can take a book and read it and communicate. Not communicate, at least learn what he has to say. 𝗪-𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 Have fun with the people everywhere. Already in India, I've had lots of fun with people. I'm having fun, and I hope to have more fun. I'll be here only for 7 or 8 days, but I want to have fun talking to people. These are the two fruits of nectar, and from everyone you learn something, and that's also one of my major fields. Later on, I will talk to you about that when we come to that. So, with that, I would like to get started, and the first slide is there, which is, again, don't take it as it's not an ego trip. It is to say, I had 50 students. What are they doing now? They are leaders in robotics. They are directors of companies. They are presidents in corporations. They are everywhere. And they are doing wonderfully well. So to say, I was their teacher, I taught them something, is fine. But didn't you learn something? Yes, I did learn from every one of them. paper, the doctoral student, every discussion, every question that is asked makes me think. So I learn from them. I learn from all these visiting fellows, visiting professors who came from all over the world to be with me, and I learned from them. And then I was consultant to, it says 17, actually it's 18. I left to McDonnell Douglas, which is an aircraft company for which I was a consultant. And yes, and I went there, by the way, I want you to know, I do great research. They're all engineers, they do something. No, I was wrong. I went and found their engineer extraordinarily bright. They are very good people. Their knowledge is of a different kind. I learned from them 18 companies. So you can see how many years were absorbed in that. And I will tell you only 2 stories. How things develop, I will tell you as we go along. And the next one. Next one. Okay. So we are talking about 2 theories, systems theory and control theory. Well, I belong to, of course, both of them. And the next one, I will pick up speed as I go along because we have a very, very long way to go. Okay, what's a system? As I told you, this is a system. A set of units, these definitions don't do any good, but a set of units combined by nature or to form an integral, organic, or organized whole. You go home and try to define the system. The people who are here, they have different interests, they have come here, they have come to hear a lecture. Next one. Okay, there are electrical systems, mechanical systems, chemical systems, aeronautical systems, but they have complex biological systems, social systems, economic systems, and political systems. I don't know political system, but economic system. By the way, it's easy to say I know what. I know enough to discuss. Okay, but some of them I know quite well. And there are others where I didn't know that. I know the mathematics. I go and ask, what are you trying to do? What are you? And then over a period of time, gradually, I begin to know the field. Oh, so that's what you do. Oh yeah, I'm aware of that in a different context. Because the general principles of system theory apply to any system. We'll get into that later. So there are urban development, education, medical system, pollution, and conference systems. So you can add that to that. But systems are found everywhere. Wherever I look, I see a system. Next one. But I'm able to deal with all systems. When I go to a company and they invite me to be their consultant, do I know? I didn't know helicopters. 𝗖𝗺𝗺 aircraft. I called in 1969 after I went to Yale. I called them and I said, hey, I've been a consultant to these companies. Are you interested? Come, please come. And I went there on a Wednesday. I was hired. And he said, every Friday, please come and spend with us. That's it. And you are a consultant. Did I know anything about helicopters? Zero. I didn't know how it flew, the dynamics of that, what are the problems. So I will say more about that. But then, gradually, by interacting with the people, asking questions, oh, this is what it is all about. Now I understand. If you ask me now, I say, yeah, I know many things about helicopters because I actually solved the problem. Next one. The previous slide, please. It says, it doesn't matter. The words that we are going to use are common for all systems. So, if you know what the words are, you can use it for any system. And I could describe this thing that happened today in terms of system theoretic language. Next one. Okay. What is control theory? Where did control theory come from? Systems theory is this system, but now I want to control it. I control it to make it more reliable, more accurate, more economical. I want to make it better. Better in some sense. There is no such thing as better unless you tell me Better with respect to what? The ability to make a quantitative prediction is absolutely necessary for, is a prerequisite for the development of control theory. And this requires mathematical models. I have to represent it with a mathematical model. And I also have to give mathematics and mathematical quantity to say this is better than that. You may or may not agree. You may have a different criterion, but for me, I tell you clearly, this is better than that. Next one. The mathematical models. Okay. There are 4 things I want you to remember for system theory. The concept of the state. I had zero knowledge of that till 1960. Even that is what, something 63 years old. Okay. And that was when we wrote a very famous paper. I'll come to that in a moment. But by a state, I mean, I want to describe something. I want to describe an airplane. What are the minimum number of numbers I need to describe that? 10, 20, 70, 3, whatever it is. I want to describe a person. I need 4 or 5. Whatever the CV says. She has published so many papers. She has got these degrees. Whatever numbers we have, I set them up and I say, this, if I know this, I don't need to know the past. This is the present and present state. And if I want to change the state, I have to put a control into it. I put a control and 2, 3, 4 will change to 5, 2, 7. Some other number. That's enough. It could be 3 numbers, it could be 100 numbers. But that's the concept of the state. The second one is modeling. Okay? Modeling, next slide. Oh, optimization and stability. I will go over each one of them separately. Next one. Yeah, here is the state. State says, wait a minute. Can I use that on this? On the state? But it doesn't work. See? No, it doesn't work. No, it just says, I have a set of numbers, I am putting an input, and it is moving them in some space. It is going like this. So the state is there right now. Then I put an input, it goes here. This is the state. That's good enough. If I have a marble, I'm pushing it, it goes someplace. It has a position and velocity. In 2 dimensions, it will have 2 positions, 2 velocity. So it is over there. That's good enough. I have a story to tell about that simple concept in a moment. The next one is a model. What's a model? Model is somebody who's sitting there and I'm painting. That's my model. A model of a boat. A model of an airplane. Nah, that's not what we mean. Graphical model. Possibly. I have a picture in my car and it tells me where the heck I am in New Haven. Okay? Plot that. The next 2 are the ones I deal with all the time. Plot diagram. Next one. We are talking about number 2 models. So, thermostat for the title. The temperature outside. I have no idea how to measure this, but my thermostat or thermometer gives me an output which is just mercury rising up, going down. And I say, oh, the temperature is 72 degrees, or in your count, 26 or 21 or something like that. And I have an idea as to what the output is. You can have many inputs, many outputs. Or I give a lecture to you. You got some ideas. Your ideas are the output. You are the system. I am the input. And I'm putting an input into you. Many inputs. Many people are talking. And many outputs. That's the next system. Multi-input, multi-output system. Next. something, you have an output. Then you tell your friend that. She has an output. Okay. So my input affected somebody who in turn affected somebody else. I gave a lecture and there are probably a couple of hundred people here, 200 systems, 200 subsystems. And later I will show you, I think of one system with all of them inside. Feedback connection. I tell a student, the student asks me a question. I give her a reply. He asks me another question. She asks me another question. It can go on. That's a feedback system. Here, very hard to say which is the input, which is the output. That's all. We are now going to connect all these things together. And this, when I say urban system or navigation system or whatever it is, this is the system I'm talking about. Something like this. I represent it by just one block. That's all. Okay. I want a model. Very important. I have an idea of a model. You may see an airplane and say, yeah, that's a model of an airplane. You may see another model and say, nah, that doesn't look like a model. What is it that is making you change your mind about that? The output of the two must be near each other. Otherwise, it's not representative. The tolerance levels must be small. Next one. Okay. Linear system. There are I don't want to get into the details because the audience may not be familiar, but there are a hierarchy of complicated mathematical models of systems. We naturally teach in a course only the simplest, which is linear. I put this input, I get something out. I put another input, I get something out. I put the combination of these two, I get the combination of the output. Mathematics becomes simple. So that's the linear system. Next one. Next one. Okay. This is giving difference and differential equation. No point in going to that, but just to give you an idea of what is going to happen tomorrow. It depends upon what that quantity is today, yesterday, the day before, and what I did today, what I did yesterday. Both the state of the system and the input together determine what the state is going to be. That's enough. Next one. Next one. Next one. Okay. The third one is optimization. As you know, everything has to be the best. What does that mean? I want to go to my destination. I want to go back to my hotel. I want to do it in minimum time. I go to a restaurant. I pay $10 or rupees. I want the best for my money. The maximum amount of information from a lecture. I spent 1 hour there. I want to get the maximum from that lecture. Okay. But in social or political system, there might be many conflicting goals. It doesn't matter. Optimization is just to get the best. Next one. Next one. Stability. I would have said that this system that we had this morning was an unstable system because things didn't fall into place. What does it mean? A stable, I would say, he's a stable person. What does that mean? Hey, yesterday what I saw and what I saw a month ago and today, they are pretty much the same. There are not that much differences. So he's a stable person. Stable friendship. I yell at Dr. Malaysian. He ignores that. He says, it's all right. I understand. And he comes back. That is a stable friendship. If he says, I'm not interested in him anymore, it's an unstable situation. Keep that in mind because we are going to talk about that in a few minutes. Next one. One before that. Oh, stability. This just said, one is stable. It is inside that. Roll it, it comes back. That's stable. It is like this. There's a ball. I let it go. It falls away. It's unstable. So, stability and instability. You and your partner, you and your friend, You are interacting. Are you stable? Are you moving away? That's the concept of stability. Very complex and very relevant. Okay. You have to know something about me so that as I go along historically, I will tell you what I came across. 50 to 54, I did my engineering in Chennai, Government College of Engineering. 54 to 58, I did my PhD at Harvard. 59 to 61, I was a postdoctoral fellow at Harvard. 61 to 65, I was an assistant professor at Harvard. 65 to 68, an associate professor at Yale, and became a professor at 68, and then till 2000, not 2003. But in 2003, I became a chair professor, and that's the herald of the chair position. You have to know that, because you can place it when it happened. You are all young people. You will face similar problems. Electrical engineering in India. Then control theory in the frequency domain. It was still very simple. Then postdoctoral fellows, I'll tell you about that. Then as assistant professor, I went into stability theory, adaptive control, and then later adaptive control, learning theory, neural networks, multiple models, adaptation, and so on. Many fields. As I go along, I will tell you this is autobiographical, but relevant. It's not just to talk about me, how things can happen. Because at Harvard, what did I do? Professor 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧, who was principal of this university at that time. No, he was not principal at that time. He was a junior scientific officer. He was just a few years older than me. Introduced me to the word servo mechanism in 1949. In 53, as an undergraduate at Harvard, in Madras, I said, in Chennai, I gave a seminar. I didn't know anything, but anyway, I gave a seminar because I was very much interested in that. And at the next stage, in 54, Dr. 𝗂𝗽𝗍𝗺 was my advisor, my guru, and from whom I learned just about everything. But let's get this straight. He also learned a lot from me. I got my first course on control theory. Next one. Okay. This is the idea, and you keep this. This is the first idea I'm giving you. You have goals. All of you have goals. How well is the goal defined? Is it clear? I want this. If it is that, that's fine. But it rarely is that. I want roughly. I want to get a good education. That's vague. I want a good education. Here, for my doctoral dissertation, what I said was, it is not that I take this system and make it into this model, which is exactly what I want. There is no such thing as exactly what I want. It's only roughly. So I can change this and take the system and try to match it with that. You can do that. But I didn't do that. I said, if this is what I want, what should the system be? So I go back and adjust the system. Then with that system, I said, let me go back. So I go back between model and system. System is yourself. The model is your goal. Your goal is fuzzy. It's not well defined. You are changing your goals to fit yourself. You're changing yourself, you're changing your goals. Then finally there's a match. You say, yes, I think that's good enough. Me, with this education, I've met my goal. That's good enough. Good enough. See? Okay, next one. Now the next one was, this is a decision you people will have to make. At the end of my PhD at Harvard, I said, I don't know enough I may be a PhD, but I can't guide students because I know only my field. I don't know this field and that field and lots of things are going on. Harvard, in its wisdom, when I said that to somebody, he said, the dean said, you have 2 years of fellowship. I said, fine, who's my advisor? No advisor. Do what you like for 2 years. I sat in the library for 2 years. I went through papers, I went through articles, I studied many different subjects. And I said at the end of that 2 years, I said, I'm now ready. I can take on students because I can talk to them. I asked many students to come and talk to me. Do I know their fields? No, it doesn't matter because I'm trained to listening to them, understanding the specific thing that I'm looking for, and then make suggestions, not the final answer. Make suggestions. So, but the 2 years, 59 to 61 at Harvard changed my whole life. And I said at the end of that period, now I'm ready to be an assistant professor in a good university. Immediately, Caltech, Illinois, Minnesota, Cornell is an Ivy League school. They all said, yes, we want you as an assistant professor because I'm coming from Harvard. And I said, all right, I'll have to think about it. I had other personal things in mind, getting married and so on. But anyway, I said, all right, let me think about it. Cornell was #1 choice. And at that time, this was 61, March, and my dean said, I want to talk to you. I was very nervous. I did everything he asked me to. 2 years I spent doing nothing but research. What would he want? I was very nervous. When I walked in, he said, this is luck. He said, we have been discussing you. So just remember, as individuals, you may think you are not being noticed, that your friends know you. Not at all. The powers behind are watching you. He said, see, your name is on the blackboard. We want to offer you an assistant professorship. My God. I said, I had never even dreamt that Harvard would offer me an assistant. Harvard does not do that. And I said, well, the first thought, I must be honest, the first thought that went through my mind was, my wife is American, and we were not married at that time. I thought, oh my God, I can now get married, because she's right here, she won't move. If I go to Minnesota or someplace, I'll be away from her. Anyway, that's a side story. But I became an assistant professor. And look at the next one. Oh, the postdoc. analysis of ECG, weather forecasting, all of these things are important, or part of pattern recognition. I had played around with them by that time. Okay, this is a very important thing in my life. I'm not saying the same thing will happen to you, but something of that kind, and that is, I wrote a paper with my colleague. I was an assistant professor. He was finishing his thesis. Brilliant fellow, very, very bright fellow at Harvard. We were going back in time to around 60-ish, 61. And we sent a paper to the conference. The most brilliant control theorist, not at that time, but even till today, is Rudy Kalman. And he called me over the phone and he said, hey, we can't have too many papers. This is a very important field. There should be only one paper. And come here, let's talk about it, and we'll decide about the contents of that paper. So, a paper called Controllability. What the heck is controllability? I will tell you. Controllability says the numbers are 2, 5, 3. I want to make it 1, 6, 7. Does there exist a control which will take you there? Very easily you can give an answer. Yes, it's something you learn in a course. And yes, you can give that answer. And so, control. What is observability? If you know all the numbers, 10 numbers, if you know all 10 numbers, what's the point? That's the state of the system. But you can't know the 10 state. All you know are some measurements you are making. From the measurement, can you come to what those values are? If you can, the system is observable. These are all very important characteristics of a system. Why do I say that? Because something happened 7 years later, and that is, but I have to say this. We wrote a paper called Controllability of Dynamical System, and it appeared in the transaction in differential equation theory, and there are many stories connected with that. But that made us famous. Kalman is already famous. We are holding on to him, and people would say, those are the four. So at the age of 27, already nationally, we were recognized as potentially people who do something. But we were just co-authors. The big man who was writing the paper. This happened 7 years later. That's what we did. Okay, here are the companies I consulted for, but I'm going to tell you only 2 stories. One is connected with 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧, and one is with the ATM, long run. 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧 aircraft thing is, I asked them, hey, what is it that you want to do? What is the biggest problem that you have? I'm your consultant. Remember, in 1967, I'm 30 years old. 1967, I'm 34 years old. I asked them, they said, we have medical supplies in Vietnam. We want to put that down with our helicopter so that it doesn't break. Can we have that movie, please? Next. You can take the helicopter. It's a big load hanging around. It's going like this. And you want to bring it and stop. Put it down quickly. Why not take your time? Because there are people with guns shooting at you. You can't take that much time. Quickly drop it and get out. I said, I taught it in the class. It's not the old method. The new method, controllability. Can you make the plane horizontal? And can you make the road vertical? Sit there so that you can go and put it down. They said, no. We've been working on it for 2 years. We have 2 big notebooks full of equations trying to stabilize. I said, no, no, that's an old method. The new method works and it will make it perfect. I will need 2 days to solve your problem. They said, no, no, we do. No, let's see. So I asked my student to simulate that. He said, many. It can be represented by 17 quantities. But with 17 quantities plus the load hanging down, I said, I want the load to be straight. Put a control. So think of the helicopter up here. It's going like this. It's slowly coming down. The load swinging. No, they're putting the control so that when it comes here where you want to land, horizontal. These are the numbers I spoke about. Load is vertical, you drop it, run away. They did that. They were so impressed. And it also played a part in my tenure. And it got them millions of dollars from the Navy. It has used that method. Okay, this is a major thing and this will affect all of you. No question about that, all students. And that is, you get conflicting questions asked of you. I had just written a paper which was extremely famous, and that is called the circle criterion. There is a system, whatever that system is, but shaking one particular part as much as you want in some interval, not this interval, but in a small interval. I will tell you what that interval is. If you don't like this interval, I'll give you another interval, another interval. You can change, but it will still be stable. And people were looking for such ideas, and so that caught fire, and it was 1963. I thought, because the result was so big, that it would get me tenure at Harvard. I did not. Why? Because my boss, the superior person, was 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧. Nothing wrong with him. He was a brilliant aerodynamicist in a different field. For him, his criterion was different. He said, forget stability. Stability is important. But following the curve, that's much more important. I want to find the optimal trajectory from here to land on some satellite or something. I want trajectory. So he was interested in trajectories and optimization. When I found out that there was a difference of opinion, I could have told him, okay, yes, I will follow you and do optimization, which I knew. No, I said, stability is more important. So there is a question for all the people in this audience. That is the next one. And that is, somebody reminded me that I used this in a previous lecture, that it is so important. I want to ask you and your family, your children, your parents, whatever it is, you have the ability to optimize something and then show it is stable. When you leave for America, there is basic instability. But you can say, no, my family is very stable, so it doesn't matter. But it's not always the case. So you have to decide, do I want to optimize and then stabilize, or do I want to stabilize and within the stability domain, optimize the system? I choose the latter. I want always my system to be stable. Doesn't matter. Then I optimize it. But there are many others who say, I want to optimize it first. I want to go to this school. I want to do this. I want to accomplish this. I want to start a company. Then I will stabilize it. It is for you to decide. Stability and optimization, or optimization and stability. Since my superior did not agree, and I was not going to change my mind, they said, apply to Harvard, my alma mater, and I said, I'll go somewhere else. There were enough people interested, and Yale offered me, and 2 years later, on the basis of that circle criterion, I was made a professor in 1968 when I was 35 years old. Next one. then at that time, you can see I had 8 students, 1 postdoc, and I was working on 8 different fields: pattern recognition, quasi-linearization, identification, stability, learning optimization. Okay, next one. This is something that happened by accident, and that is, I got a paper to review. It was about learning. What the heck is learning? I have never done learning. Learning of a different kind I had done, but not this. This is the learning automaton. It is, and it was written by the most famous scientist in that area in Russia. Settled. I was a reviewer. I didn't even know what that was about. I read up, tried to look at it, and I said, it's a damn paper. It is a question of deciding, shall I go to this restaurant or this restaurant? You will give an answer which will be close to the correct answer, but it is. I go here, it's good. What shall I do? Should I go here and compare? He said, very simple rule. If you think you like it, go to it again. When it is not very good, go to this one. When it is not good, go back to that one. That's what this picture shows. When it is good, reward. It's called a reward. It's good. It's stay there. When it is bad, I'll go to the other restaurant. Very simple. It's only two restaurants. Don't worry. We can have similar things, very complicated systems. But that's what he said. I said, I like this so much, I want to enter this field. Next one. And he said, hey, there are choices. Don't go here and there deterministically. Use probabilities. I will make all of them 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. I go here and go to this restaurant. It's good. Increase the probability in the future slightly. Decrease these two slightly so that they all add up to 1. Repeat the process. At that time, there was only the reward penalty scheme. We are now talking about 1970, 75, 76. And I said, no, you should think of a different scheme. Therefore, I'll never convert. It won't convert to the right answer. It will just give the right answer with a higher probability. But it will also go to the bad answer. But if I want to go to the best, stay there, I said, if it is good, the food is good, increase the probability. If the food is bad, don't do anything. Just try it again and repeat the process. When I did that, their newspaper carried headlines. Professor says, thou shalt not punish, you only reward, never punish. Then I found out that it was part of psychology for children. For children, reward them for good things. Don't punish them. Punishing is not a good thing. Okay. Anyway, that was glory for a short time. Next one. Next one. I don't want. Then, when this happened, a fellow from AT&T long lines came. You can see how these things go. People are watching you. He said, I heard you gave a lecture on learning. Is that true? And I said, yes. Would you like to help us route telephone calls? I want to send a call from here to someplace, from there to Chennai. I wanted to reach Chennai more often. With higher probability. I don't want it to be blocked. Big problem at that time, AT&T. Yes, I helped them. I routed their calls. It took a long time. But he calls me today, 40 years or something later, he still calls me. He says, every Thursday he calls me. He was the vice president at that time, and he said, it took us 10 years to implement it in AT&T for the routing telephone calls. Next one. Yeah, here is a network. I want to reach all the places as optimally as possible. This kind of questions are still arising. I can help them, but no time because there are too many things on my mind. Next one. books were in preparation for 10 years. I wrote, these are books number 2 and 3, because I'm writing 3 other books right now. But these are 2 that they were published in 1989. Learning Automata and Stable Adaptive System. Then, this is a very interesting idea. I heard that there was something called neural networks. They were saying, it's going to change the world. It's going to do this. And I said, I don't believe that. I went and sat in on lectures. It didn't make any sense. The mathematics that they were quoting was all totally wrong. And I said, I don't believe that at all. But anyway, before I give up, let me ask my student to simulate it to see how well it works. Remember, this is happening right now in a very big way in the last 2 months. So, we're talking about things that are relevant to you. And he came back with simulation after simulation. And he said, this works better. This works better. I said, after many 100 experiments, 200 experiments, I said, I'm a true believer. I did not believe a word of it when I sat in on the lectures. By doing it, I said, this is a totally new area. In this paper, which we published in 1990, is still quoted today, and it has 11,000 citations, which is more than what normally people have, because it's become very popular. Next one. We don't have to deal with it. I want to go on to other things. Please go ahead. And now moving on. Next one. Okay. I had, by this time, look at the number. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 PhD students and 5 postdocs, all interested in neural networks. Next one. These are the areas that I have been working on, and I'm interested in multiple models. I'll ask you a question, go home and think about it. Why do I need a committee to decide something? When I go and sit in a committee, why is it better to my friend getting an answer? Think about it. Committee has many models. Each one has a different opinion. One model, very good person, the best answer. But when you talk to these people, what is it that you're doing to apply that? Next one. And then I was interested in things that change with time. How do you control things which are changing with time? So I use many models, and those are all very important today. People, they are all in the thousands of references. Next one. Yeah, this is, I set up all the models. I am deciding at every instant which is doing better, and I control that. That's a big deal. That seems to be common sense. No, you have to prove that it is stable. You've got to show us that it is stable. Next one. Okay, many applications. Fault detection and control, automotive rollover prevention. These are all problems I worked on as a consultant, not for direct research. Next one. This says there's a big fault in the aircraft. What fault is that? I don't know. I have to quickly decide which one it is and correct. You are sitting in the airplane. My God. It better be corrected and controlled very quickly. The next one is, here is that. I turn a big truck, it's very tall and it will fall over. Where is it? Which one should I use? Which controller to straighten it out? If I use the wrong controller, it will tilt and fall over. All examples of such system. Next. My present research. I don't have the time to go into all those things. Fake news. A student has given up his job to come to New Haven. Work with me on fake news. I hear, you tell me it's raining outside. Not training. You tell me. On the basis of that, I'm looking for an umbrella. Because you told me many things are happening like that. That you get information which is wrong. Keep that in mind. Fake news is a big thing now. Next one. Modeling and controlling COVID. I'm doing that for another fellow. Deep mutual learning. Many other things. I don't want to know. One of them you see is not even derivative. DDT. D to the half. DT to the half. That's because tissue, human tissue, does not satisfy ordinary differential equation. It's fractional differential equation. Anyway, may not be interesting. Next one, mutual adaptation. You don't have a model, you don't have a model. Next one. My wife and I, we are walking together. We are both old. And I'm unstable, not quite stable. She's also unstable. But we are holding on to each other. Is it better? What should we do? We will say something, and probably it is true, but you have to prove it. And that is, I don't act when you act. You don't act when I act. I tell you, no, I'm going to control. No, you're going to control. And then it will be stable. Very complicated, but anyway, that can apply to robot and so on. But there's one slide, please, where two children come and look at each other. They can both start crying, or they can both smile. That's not my field. But if I got to meet a person in that field, I will go over the details with him, because mathematically that is of interest to me. This is about galaxies. Two galaxies are coming together. Will they make one galaxy, or will they hit each other and go away? And those are problems of interest to me. Next one. Now we are going into a different realm. Adapt. I worked on that. Learn. I worked on that, and I've written a book. Recognize patterns. I've done it extensively. Self-organized. Yes, I've done that. Optimized. Everywhere I've done that. But you have to do them accurately in the presence of disturbance. And that is called intelligent control. That's what people define as intelligence. You define intelligence to me. Next one. Now, from this point on, it is not my field. I do not. I'm only an observer like you. But they use neural networks, and there's a big story to tell. I'm going to tell you that now. And it will keep you very busy, because the next one is, and Shakespeare said, what a piece of work is man. How noble is reason. Man is almost like an angel. Then in 51, Alan Turing comes and he says, it is customary to offer a grain of comfort in the form of a statement that some peculiarly human characteristic could never be imitated. I cannot offer such comfort, for I believe that no such forms can be sent. Think of that. It's a mighty powerful statement. That a machine can be like you, which Shakespeare described as an angel. You can imitate it. Next one. You can go fast. Yeah. Next one. Search said, what is intelligence? Understanding. Stephen Hawking in Cambridge said, predictive ability. Turing said, there's a curtain behind that is somebody. I'm listening to that. I'm asking questions and I'm getting answers back. If the answers seem reasonable and I can't distinguish between man and machine is intelligent. That's my definition. That's what Turing said. Next one. Next. Intelligence is what you use when you do not know what to do. The great psychologist is Jean Piaget. I don't understand that. The next one are my definitions. Intelligent systems improvise. They create a wide repertoire of behaviors. They combine existing programs cause novel behavior. These things I'm telling you are going to affect you. I won't be around, but it will affect you in a big way. So, you remember the avatars in India. I remember only when I come here, 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧 about evolution. But the last is 𝗘𝗅. Keep that in mind. Next one. But Howard Gardner said, hey, there are many, many types of intelligence. Linguistic intelligence. There is Auden and Chomsky. There is spatial intelligence. Michelangelo. There is existential intelligence. There is Jean-Paul Sartre. There are so many people. Which intelligence are you talking? They're all intelligent. You can make machines to imitate those people. Next one. Next one. Intelligent machines have to progress roughly through the same stages, recapitulating the evolution of biological systems. Next slide. We can go a little faster, I'll tell you. Nematode, spider, lizard, mouse, monkey, imitate all of those. Now comes the human. I'm sorry to say we are past that stage. Human is not that important anymore, in my opinion. And that is what I want you to think. Please don't agree with me. Think about it. What I'm going to show you now. Next one. Remember what happened in the world. Wright brothers got into a plane, took off, they left land. Watershed moment in our history. Manhattan Project, fission first. Niels Bohr and others. Explosion of the first atomic bomb. Then comes moon landing. But right now, it is Deep Blue's victory over 𝗂𝗍𝗪 in 1997. And when that happened, already when I gave my lectures, I would tell people, we better be careful. I've been saying this now for a clear 20 years. Next one. And now we have ChatGPT. Chess. Next one. It is a game of intelligence, logic, memory, awareness, and pattern recognition. And the three people, and of them 𝗪𝗪 won the Nobel Prize. He said, if one can devise a successful chess machine, one would seem to have penetrated to the core of human intellectual behavior. And in that, next one, the frustration of the greatest champion that humanity could offer was beaten by a machine. Just look at the background. The machine can never beat Kasparov. No, Deep Blue beat him. And you look at him, it is face. Next one. He says, next one. He says, before the game, he said something which is very important, because Kasparov is a brilliant man. He said, to some extent, this is the defense of the whole human race. Computers play a huge role in society. They are everywhere, but there is a frontier they must not cross. They must not cross into the area of human creativity, which would threaten the existence of human control, such as areas as art, literature, and music. With ChatGPT, we are entering that stage. Be careful, because it is not. I will bet real money on that. You people will be faced competing with machines. After the lecture, the scholar says, I'm a human being. When I see something that is well beyond my understanding, I am afraid. It should be. I could feel, I could smell a new kind of intelligence across the table. What the heck is going on? It's playing a game that no human being has ever played against me. I am terrified of that. Next. 𝗂𝗍𝗪 is a brilliant man. There was no point in finding fault with him because he lost. His frustration will be the frustration of millions of others in many fields. Recently I saw in the newspaper, a doctor says, why do they need me? This machine can do whatever I do. How do you feel? If somebody says, a computer comes along and says, Narendra, I can do the research you do much better than you can. What the hell am I living for? Next one. Robotics. Okay. This is entirely work done by my student. Not one of them. Many of them, I was on their committees, but I did zero work. I don't do robots. But reasoning and intelligence are combined with coalition. The two, you know, are super robots. You would have seen it on TV. But man, Mark Raybert, who created it, is a good friend. He came, has come many times. I have run so far 19 workshops. He has been at those workshops. He has given talks, and you will see that. I don't have to say anything. I won't comment. Go ahead. You can see a tree climbing robot. I want you to play for 1 second. Tree climbing robot. This is a running robot. Look at that. And when there is an obstacle, it sees it and takes a lead. And this one is a robot. It's a military wanted to carry big packs. It's climbing up the hill. Next one. Next one. Again, a robot made by the Germans. And this one is Big Dog by Boston Dynamics. The date is 2017, not too long ago, 6 years ago. Next one. Next one. Here are humanoid robots. Yes, please do. And you can see what is going to happen. Go ahead. Yeah, it opened the door and it is going out into, it knew how to open the door. Next one. Yep. Next one. Yep. Next one. Yeah, he said, hey, you are making it simple so that going on plain ground. Can it walk on snow? That's a snowboarding robot. Next one. Here, look at this. The more recent one. It's jumping up. A huge robot. Someone. Yep. And when it can do those things, just imagine what it can do to us. Next one. Okay. Now look at this. This is very, lots of fun. Dancing. Then we have the sound for that. No. Okay. The yellow thing is a dog, which is called Spot. It came to my workshop 4 years ago, and it is already dancing. Next one. Yeah. But you should hear that with music. But anyway, here is somebody who is pushing a robot. That robot is a nice robot. It's a non-violent robot. So it's getting up, standing up, and walking away. I say, that's what you think. It's going to be armed with a gun. You go and push it, it's going to turn around and fire. So next one. Say, no, the previous one. Previous one, previous. You see drones going out, shooting all the people in the audience. We don't want drones coming here. Next one. No, that's fine. Okay, there are surgical robots, there are robots for healthcare, cooperating robots, autonomous robots, diagnosis for surgery. People in the medical field, many of them will be replaced. They will lose their jobs. You got to be careful. Losing jobs is the least of our problems. Next one. Warnings about AI. From this point on, please take it seriously. This is the end. Take it seriously. 2000 to 2020, I've used it in many lectures. Go ahead. Next one. it seems probable that once machine thinking method has started, it would not take long to outstrip our feeble powers. No wonder he is a genius. He said that 70 years ago. Stephen Hawking, genius from Cambridge, the development of AI could spell the end of the human race. In case of AI, we need to be proactive about regulations instead of reactive. Until people see robots going down the street, killing people, they don't know how to react. Reactive regulation in AI will be too late. Elon Musk. Next one. This is what I agree with. It is an open question whether the consequences of robots would be for the better or the worse. The potential upside is truly enormous. Microsoft, Google, they're all getting billions of dollars. They will hire you. They'll pay you $200,000, $500,000. That's not a problem, nothing. That's small change because they are after big money. The potential upside is truly enormous, but the downside includes existential risk. 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧 makes a humorous comment. He said, will we be gods? Will we be family pets? Well, I'm going to treat my own pet dog really nice because we are going to be pets of these robots. Next one. Recently, I am still studying, trying to understand. Everything is related to neural networks, which I know very well. But I don't know deep learning. I don't know. I'm working with my student who's teaching me about deep learning. No, I still don't get it, but it seems to be ad hoc. And that is natural language processing. And by the way, as a humorous side thing for this audience, because most people have left, only you people are here, I have to say, I asked ChatGPT, tell me about Kumpati Narendra. It said good things about my papers, etc., etc. But at the end, it told me that I died 2 years ago, which is definitely an exaggeration. But anyway, that's what it did. So next one. When intelligent systems reach the stage when their perceptual skill, this is what I want you to remember when you leave, are comparable to those of humans. When they can simulate the world, examine the consequences, when they can understand and react to natural language, we will be entering a new age. We entered that new area in the last 2 months. There will be numerous stages in the evolution of the interaction between humans and AI. Some of them can be unstable. I keep talking about stability. When it is unstable, human race is wiped out. Next one. This was in the newspaper exactly 1 month and a day ago. If all the engineers who built a plane say there's a 10% chance of the plane crashing, would you still get into it? I wouldn't. Companies building today's large language models are caught up in a race to put humanity on that plane. AI systems should not be entangled with the lives of billions of people faster than their culture can safely absorb them. Soon we will be finding ourselves living inside the hallucinations of non-human intelligence. We call upon world leaders to respond to this moment at the level of challenge. Forget about world leaders, I don't know them. But you, I know, you're my audience. I'm telling you, go back and think about it. This is Microsoft and Google trying to make billions. If it is successful and safe, which means stable, no problem. You should use them. It will lead to great things. But on the other hand, remember, I was reminded this morning when I was thinking of this slide, we have the churning of the Milky Ocean. In Hindu mythology, it says the Devas and the Dhanavas churned the ocean, and out of that came nectar, amrita came. But at the same time came hala hala. So the great poison comes with the nectar. There was Shiva to swallow, etc. in the story. Who is going to swallow these people? It is a very, very big problem. So, we can't do it. Individually, we can't do anything. What can I do? Nothing. But we must all be aware of that. Next one. In the Frankenstein story, written by Mary Shelley, please, go back. Written exactly 100 years ago. She said, the monster is talking. That means ChatGPT is talking. I am my creature, and I will be even mild and docile to my natural Lord and King, if thou wilt also perform thy part, which thou owest me. Do thy duty towards me, and I will do mine towards you and the rest of mankind. But the next line is terrifying. If you will comply with my conditions, and I will leave them and you at peace. But if you refuse, I will glut the maw of death until be satiated with the blood of your friends. The first and the best cautionary tale about mankind's ambiguous relationship to technological creation. Next slide. So, increasing power over nature and increasing wealth. That's what most of the companies are doing. They should do that. That's what they are involved in. Talents, the right questions, and hopefully come up with the best answer. Weak statement, I know I'm making a weak controlling man. And that's what's going to happen if we are not careful. Thank you very much. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
I would now like to request Professor M. Malini ma'am to address the gathering.
First, let me apologize, sir, for the delay in your lecture. I request all of you, all the audience to stand up and give a standing ovation to Professor 𝗂𝗽𝗺𝗺 Narendra, sir, of Harold W. Chill, Professor Emeritus Engineering, Yale University, USA. Sir, you have given the lecture not only on systems engineering, but also many life lessons. I am sure the audience will agree with me. Isn't it? Yeah, a big round of applause to him, please. Now I request Professor 𝗂𝗽𝗍 Hari garu to hand over a memento to Professor 𝗂𝗽𝗺 Narendra, sir.
It is said that with every beginning, there shall be an end. And every end signals a new beginning, right? A beginning to something more beautiful.
We hope that you have enjoyed this event and found it to be informative, engaging and enriching. And also hope that you have had the opportunity to connect with new people, share your insights and learn something new.
We are changing the world with technology, and what makes us worthy of doing this is being rightly guided and empowered. We would like to express our heartfelt gratitude to everyone who has contributed to the smooth functioning of this event.
Signing off, Sania Mehreen.
Once an Osmanian, always an Osmanian. Signing off, 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧 𝗚𝗏𝗧𝗏.